The human body is incredible in its ability to adapt to the positions and the stimulus that you put it in. If you are sitting a lot, your hips are getting tighter and tighter into those positions. So this morning, we're going to take 20 minutes to open up the hips and the low back to leave you feeling like a new man, set you up for training, set you up for work, set you up for playing with your kids. 20 minutes. Let's go. So we've got a super simple active mobility session this morning, 20 minutes, 5 movements, 2 minutes each, 2 rounds. Our 5 movements are going to be a chair pigeon. So you're gonna make sure you have a box or a chair or some stairs. There's our chair pigeon. I'm gonna talk through them as we go, but just know the basics. Next one is the chair runner's lunge, foot up on the chair, and we're dropping the back knee down. Number 3 is a chair straddle, where you're gonna sit on the chair with a nice wide stance of the knees right on the edge of the chair and drop the chest through to open up the low back. Number 4 is a hang. So you are gonna need a pull-up bar for today or a tree or a play structure. And we're gonna go mess around with the different grips, 2 minutes in there. And then our last one is just our Paleo Squat. We put the feet underneath the hips and sit down passively into a squat. If you feel like you're gonna fall over on this one, you can grab a counterbalance, a weight, hold out in front, maybe like a dog or a dumbbell or something. So set up your space, make sure you have a chair, pull-up bar, simple stuff. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, all right, tunes on. 10 seconds. We're starting in our chair pigeon. I'll get a little bit of, get that louder this afternoon. Sounds good. So choose a leg, cross it on the chair. And that may be a lot right there for you. You may feel that. What you're thinking of is that bent hip. So if my right leg is out in front right now, I should feel my right butt cheek. And if I want a little bit more, I'm just gonna nice and easy start hinging over, feel a little bit more stretch, hang out there for a few seconds, few breaths, and then bring it back up. We're just gonna move up and down here for a minute before we switch sides. If you don't feel a whole lot of stretch, bring that foot further forward, more parallel with the shoulders. But even just sitting here should give you something, especially if you're real tight and you do sit a lot. Another 10 seconds here, we'll switch sides. Focus on nice, easy breathing here. Try to slow it down. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Hopefully you don't have a dog that is making this challenging for you. Same idea, just hinging and coming back up. Nice and easy. Opening up the hips. Once again, focus on that breath. You can go in the nose, out the mouth, or in and out through the nose. Just keep breathing. Another 30 seconds. Should feel a good stretch in that butt cheek on the bent leg side. Hi, dog. Are you helping? Are you helping? Not really. All right, another 15 seconds, and then we're going to go to our, what do we call it? Our runner's lunge on the chair. Go back to the initial foot you started on, or leg. So whichever one you did for the pigeon first. Switch legs. So we're going to go, personally, I went right foot back up on the chair, and you're just dropping that back knee down towards the floor. The lower you let it go, the more you're gonna feel a pull in that hip flexor. So drop it down. Focus on the breathing. This one's pretty potent. You just take breaks. Bring the hips back up and out, and then drop them back down. Same thing, we're gonna go a minute per side here. So if you can handle a minute straight, awesome. Or just a little bit of pulsing. You notice I'm just up and down a little bit. Another 20 seconds and we'll switch sides. Nice and easy, dropping that back knee towards the floor. 10 seconds, we'll switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Same idea, dropping that back knee down towards the ground, up and down, just breathing. The hip flexors are probably the main thing that if you spend a lot of time sitting, they tighten up and they pull on the low back. So oftentimes the low back tension that we have is not even in the low back, it's coming from the hip flexors. 30 seconds. So the more you can loosen them up, the more you're going to feel relief in the lumbar spine. 20 seconds. We're going to go to our seated straddle. You see sitting on the edge of your chair and hinging over. Hi, mate. 10 seconds. Hip flexor. All right, sitting on the edge of your chair. 3, 2, 1. Go with a nice wide stance and just drop the chest down. Hands on the floor. If you want a little bit more, you could wrap your arms around the back of your legs and pull. But otherwise, I want to just widen the feet so that my chest comes in between. And ideally, I just want to slow down the breathing. All the pull is going to be in the low back here, which is nice because we spend a lot of time in extension. So let's loosen it up with a little bit of flexion here. Just nice, long, deep breaths. You can inhale into the low back and then blow it out. Ow, maple. Another minute 15 here. Really dropping the chest down. Hopefully you don't have a dog running into you. Nice long breaths. Fill up the chest, and then as you exhale, drop down a little bit lower with the chest if you can. 1 minute. Double shot for the gifted. One more for us. There you go. Drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow. We go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. Pull on those feet a little bit. Maple, stop it. Next, we're going on to our dead hang in 30 seconds. Big belly breaths. Press the low back out as you inhale. And then sink as you exhale. 20 seconds. Onto our first hang. You don't need to necessarily hang for a full 2 minutes straight. Feel free to break it up and go. You can even keep your feet on the ground. My feet are currently on the floor. Just supporting a little bit, just getting a little side to side. Obviously, if your bar is high enough to fully hang, do so. Keep the abs on tight. I'm trying to keep that low back from coming into too much extension. Go a little side to side, open up the sides. Thinking about opening up the shoulders here. A little bit of ab squeeze so we're not hyperextended. I'm going to take a quick shake out and then back up on there. Feel free to mix the grips or flip them. You can go palms back, palms forward, mix grip, whatever. Another 50 seconds and then we're on to our Paleo Squat. Passive squat for 2 minutes. That'll be the end of round 1. 40 seconds. Roll out the shoulders. Do some scap pull-ups, keeping those arms long. 30 seconds. 20. 15. 10 seconds. All right. Back to that Paleo squat. And go ahead. So if you find this very tight and awkward, then hold on to something out in front of you. And take breaks if you need. If you can, stay here the whole time. If this is easy, you can step it up by making it a little bit active and then passive, active, and passive, and move through those positions. You could, if you want to be really extra about this, is you could alternate basically a single leg pistol. Take one leg out, take one leg out, and then back in and alternate like that. Or just hang on to the dog to stay upright and breathe, right? I think a lot of us, this position is tight. So even just being here is good. But if you need to step it up, once again, you can try one of those options where you make it active and passive, or the alternating single leg if you have that capacity. Otherwise, we're just chilling. We don't need to push it here today. We're just trying to open up the hips a little bit, loosen things up. Obviously, we spend time in this position every day, but we're getting a little bit extra here because this is our human sitting position, right? Our natural chair position, the one that we used to do pre-chairs and pre-messing up our hips, really, because this is the way that we should be sitting as human beings. We should be resting like this. We should be pooping like this. That's why things like the squatty potty exist. So if you find this position challenging, get in it more. All right, round 2. We're going back to our chair pigeon. Just start it up. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So once again, shin is as parallel with the shoulders as you can get it. And then we're just gonna gently hinge forward and come back up. You should notice, at least I am noticing, good morning, Talia, that I can get further, and I'm getting better range of motion already after that first round. Okay. So just nice and easy, 1 minute per side, hinge it over. Yeah, are you excited? Are you excited, Dougie? No. 20 seconds. 10 seconds and we'll switch sides. Ow, just bit my leg, you dummy. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. See me there? You see my butt. You should face the other way. Once again, you may notice that one side is tighter than the other. What I would suggest is once you determine that, spend more time on the tighter side. All right, so either just break this up differently, a minute 20 and 40 seconds maybe, or do extra afterwards, spend some intentional time opening up that other side. How limber we are here today. 15 seconds, we're going to our chair runner's lunge. Back to the hip flexor. So right now we're stretching the hip extensors, the hip openers, the glutes, whatever. And now we're gonna go to the hip closers. 3, 2, 1, back to that first leg. Maple now. And you're dropping that back knee towards the floor. Oh, that's feeling tight now. No. Hopefully your dogs are being just as irritating as this one is. Yes, you are. You can push the knee down to the floor if you want even more. You can lean back, push the knee down. Breathe. Hey. That's a lot. Maple, I don't need that toy. I appreciate it, but no. Nice easy breathing. You need more once again. Push the chest back. Stop. 5, Breathe, switch sides. 2, 1. Same focus here, pushing that back knee down towards the ground. Maybe your focus is on dealing with your dog. You got a cut on there or something? You got boo-boo. Another 30 seconds there. Then we're going to go to our straddle. It's tight. And if you're new here, remember afterwards, after our session, we're going to talk about our homework, which is the thing that you can do every day to make progress on your goals. It's really the way to get there. All right, straddle in 3, sitting on the edge of your chair, nice wide stance, maybe stop. And you just drop in the chest. If you want to get a little bit of hamstring here too, go ahead and straighten out the legs, get right to the edge, and then drop the chest. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, knees bent, and you get a little more low back stretch. Focus on the breathing. Nice long breaths in the nose. Fill up the belly. Press it out. Maple, stop. Stop. Go away. Stop. Maple, stop licking me. You can always grab on the chair as well if you want a little bit more pull. Stop. Focus on big, long, deep breaths in the belly. 1 minute. Morning, Chris. Open up those hips. You want more, you can walk the feet back to open up the hips a little more, and then wrap the arms. 45 seconds, we're going back to our hang. Another 20 seconds, and we're on to our hang. You are too much this morning. 10. Alright, over to the hang. Once again, break it up into as many sets as you'd like. You could even mess around with the feet on the ground still. Just loosening up the shoulders. Keep the abs squeezed so we're not coming into too much extension, the low back. Just loosening up the shoulders and unloading the low body. Right, taking the weight out of the spine. It's a giant pigeon on the barn. Mother of all pigeons out there. You can always push the hips forwards while you're hanging there as well. That's 45 seconds in. Shake it out a little bit. Grab a sip. Another minute of hanging. You can mess around with different grips. Got access. It's so low. 50 seconds. Once again, try to slow the breathing. Maybe in the nose, out the mouth. Nice and easy. 30 seconds. Big bar. Low one. 20. Just got one more to go. Just our Paleo Squat. 2 minutes. You'll be on your way after homework. 10 seconds. and squat. Come on into that paleo squat. Last 2 minutes here. No, Maple. So in this position, what you're thinking about, can't see me, is arches of the feet, right? Am I maintaining my arches, or are the feet turned out and the knees in? If so, drive those knees out. Try to bring the feet to more or less parallel, and think about grabbing the floor with the arch of your foot or with your toes. Stop it, Maple. Just think about grabbing and opening up. If that's pretty easy, once again, you can make this harder by going active, passive, active, passive, or alternating with that single leg where one leg comes out, tries not to touch the floor, alternate. But either way, this is fantastic if you want to just stay there. Just breathing, keeping those heels planted on the floor. You can even think about spreading your toes. But mainly, just relaxing here and breathing. Some of us will find this comfortable, and some of us will find it extremely uncomfortable. Obviously, the more uncomfortable you feel, likely the more benefit you're getting from this. So if it's really tight and you feel like you're gonna fall backwards, you know, spending some more time in this would be beneficial for sure. I've been doing this position, you know, about 10 minutes a day, every day for the last 15 years approximately. So it gets better. It just needs practice if you're not used to it, especially if you're tight. All right, 3, 2, 1, and we've done it. Simple, simple. There you go. So if you're sitting a lot in your regular life, your hips need recovery, right? They're going to tighten up. Our bodies will adapt to anything we do. So if you're sitting a lot, those hip flexor muscles are getting shorter and shorter. So if you're not getting into positions of opening them up, neutralizing the spine, then we're going to end up with back pain. So give this a go, try it once a week, or join us every Sunday for a different active recovery session. And even better, join us every day on the full live stream for workouts in progress.